welcome back. Several months after the first recording. Welcome back to Accessible Playthroughs. We are playing Blueprints on day 2. I have several files open for me to quick reference and hopefully to guide you in case you want to look something up from previous playthroughs and episodes. So, for example, we're currently in the main menu, and I have described the main menu in full in episode 1 at the 1:30 timestamp. So go look that up if you want to see that again. So I'm going to click continue and we'll move on to day 2. So every day starts with a picture of the entire mansion as we are above or in front of the fountain. We zoom over the fountain into the entrance hall, where we are now with 50 footsteps. I will remind that if we move to the blueprint view with tab, we can see that the estate is in a grid shape, or rather the house itself is in a grid shape with 5 columns and 9 rows, and we will be using chess notation to orient ourselves. So the bottom left corner is A1, the top right corner is E9, even if that's not on a chessboard. And we are in the entrance hall at C1, and the antechamber, which we see, is at C9. We have 3 options where to go: north, east, or south. North, east, or west. The entrance hall is oriented. Well, we could go south and actually go outside and check other things in the garden, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to see if we can make a little bit of progress and see some new rooms within the mansion. So I'm going to go to the right. So we're going eastwards, and we have 3 options: the spare room, the hallway, and the guest bedroom. The spare room we had in episode 1 at 41:25. We did not have the guest bedroom, and we did not have the hallway. Okay. Spare room is a blue room as a straight line. The hallway is an orange room and is T-shaped, going forward and to the left. In other words, to the right, which would be the southern side, is blocked off, and the guest bedroom, which is purple and a dead end. Only the guest bedroom has an additional feature, which is plus 10 steps. We are choosing the hallway because it gives us most options. Right, we will read from the registry what the hallway has for us. Hallway. One of the many nondescript hallways snaking through the estate and providing elegant causeways between the more noteworthy destinations that the house has to offer. Type hallway, rarity 1. Commonplace. Drafted 1 time. Okay, and we enter the hallway, and our steps decrease from 50 to 49. So this hallway has indeed an orange floor and orange walls, a wooden ceiling, several lamps on the walls. The room itself is T-shaped with the base of the T to the left, so we are entering at the top right of the T, if you will. Towards the center of the room, there are some decorations in the room. There is a round table right next to me on the left, which has a red note on it, and a lounge chair. At the center of the room, of the intersection of the 3 T parts, is a Greek column with a flower pot on top, and on the other side of the T is another lounge chair and 2 very large vases. The wallpaper is partially completely orange and partially a mosaic or repeated pattern of what appears to be large leaves. So it's a nice symmetric pattern. And let me go to the red note that is on the table. It says, "Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked," in all caps. There are also 2 pictures hanging on the wall. Let me just check, because I have notation for that. Am I? This is D1. Sorry. Yes. So we have in the one picture a needle tree growing on some rocky surface, and on the other, God, where am I? Yeah, a collapsible bent piece of metal for fixing textiles. Um, I'm saying it like that for a special reason, but you all know what this is for. You often see it on diapers and such. Right. There's nothing else really to see here. The flower pot has mostly red flowers and a couple purple ones hidden in there. So basically, the only decision we can make is: do we move from D1 north to D2 or east to E1? And I'm going to go east to E1. Okay, we have the choice between the closet, the nook, and the parlor. We've been to the closet in episode 1 at 35 minutes and to the nook at 44:57. So we will go to the parlor this time. Another blue room, another corner. I have described the preview piece, so I'll just draft the room and enter it. So we enter the room. The walls are aligned with the walls of the entire mansion because we're in the bottom right corner at E1, or in other words, at the southeast corner at E1, and so the other entrances are the ones that are facing our way, so back towards the west, and the one facing north. In other words, we have a corner, we can go around the corner into the parlor and out of the parlor. So, on the west wall, no, on the east wall, which is the one that we see a fireplace with some, is that fresh firewood? Yes, fresh firewood in front of a grate. Above the fireplace is a framed picture. It's the same picture we saw in the intro. It's the picture of who we assume to be our dead uncle, who we are hoping to inherit this house from. The picture on the left and on the right of the picture are two rectangular windows in portrait fashion. Below the window on the right is a small dresser which does not have knobs to open drawers. On the left is a desk which I'll describe in a moment. The south wall has 3 windows that are very large and basically give us a very nice view of the court in the south of the mansion. There is a large couch with several pillows and cushions, blue and gray. The couch itself is made of wood with interesting stripy upholstery of blue and white stripes of varying thickness and angles. In the same style, we have two regular chairs, so the upholstery is the same. Well, actually, also the wooden framing. It's all very round shapes on these chairs and the sofa. And one of the left chair has a little foot pedestal in front of it, which is in the style of the pillows on the couch. To the left and right of the sofa or slash couch is a round table with a lamp on it each, and that's all that the south side has to offer. Oh yeah, behind the chair on the right is another lamp standing in the corner. Oh, I never noticed this. The background is the wallpaper in this room is gosh, what color is this? This is a slightly dark gray background with vertical yellow stripes separating off sections of like half a meter, and on these vertically separated sections are repeating flowers painted that basically grow up the wall. Now, in the northwestern corner is a triangular cupboard with windows. And in front of that cupboard are 3 tables with 3 very obvious chests with text on them. And I'll describe that in a minute. But first, in the cupboard, we see a tiny rocking chair, rocking horse? I don't know. Some weird 3D object that it looks like a bit like Soma cubes disassembled. There's another. So these are on different levels of the cupboard. There is a rather rotund teapot below. So the cupboard has like two sections: a top section with a window and 3 shelves, and a bottom section with 2 shelves. On the bottom shelves, there is a black pawn. So the chess piece, which is very huge, so it's about as tall as a cat, and I'm assuming a metal milk jug. So one of those really olden day milk jugs with like 2 handles and doesn't have a lid. So these are all behind glass panes. There are also on the north wall, other than the wooden door that leads to the next area, there are 2 pictures in ovals. Based on what I know, I will now go to the desk and describe what is at the desk, because this is also fixed per time we visit, because some things in this room will change. Okay, so there is a wooden desk, probably oak, with some yellow ornaments that I think that's just birchwood or some. Well, okay, so it has brighter and darker features of wood in the desk in like horizontal layers. The wooden chair in front of it is also consisting of multiple types of wood with different brightnesses, but it is not upholstered, so it's just purely made of wood. On the desk, we have a lamp that is turned on and shining a very warm light onto the rest of the table. There are 2 books on the left. There is a stand for pens. It has 3 pens and a pencil. There is a wind-up tool for clocks, and if you can pick it up. So it says you found a rather curious wind-up key, a component of the Parlour game. We will take a look at what that means in a minute, because there are 2 pieces of paper on a black mat on the desk, and we will read this now. It is 2 A4 pages. In the top right corner, it says May the 2nd, and the text reads as follows. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. In brackets, I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlour game I had played some years back, involving 3 boxes of different colours. You had pressed me to write the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with your guests, should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, and then handwritten, M. Lowry, Lowry. And then on the second page, we have 3 large full caps statements. Number 1, there will always be at least 1 box which displays only true statements. Number 2, there will always be at least 1 box which displays only false statements. And number 3, only 1 box has a prize within, the other 2 are always empty. So this is without a doubt referring to the 3 chests that are on the pedestals in the northwestern corner of the room. So there are 3 tables, and on each table is a chest from left to right. There is a blue chest, a white chest, and a black chest. And we can use our wind-up key to open one of these chests. Each of these chests has a label on top of them, and they read as follows. On the blue chest, on the very left, it says, the black box contains the gems. On the white chest in the middle, it says, this box and the blue box are empty. And on the right chest, the black chest, it says all 3 boxes are empty. Now, how do I want to do this? Because I do not want to solve this myself. So I'm going to basically allow you to... Oh, I'm going to make a cut here. And then solve it off screen. And then continue. So you can... So the solution will not be revealed in this episode. But we can at least take the benefits of the solution. So I'm going to make a cut here.